Welcome to the Quarterback Film Room. My name is Bryan Trulen. In our in-depth look series, we're going to take a look at LSU quarterback Joe Burrow. Highly regarded, highly heralded. One-year wonder, maybe. Is he really? Heisman winner. We're going to do a throw-by-throw look and see what the tape tells us. So, first throw right off the bat, LSU comes out. They've got the receiver at the top of the screen. That's Ja'Marr Chase. Tight twins to the boundary. All right, so Burrow's already made up his mind. He's throwing the slant, top of the screen to Chase. So he's in the shotgun, so it's going to be imperative that he really gets his feet set quickly. And he even looks over at Chase there to maybe give him a hand signal. So that's a quick one, maybe a quick three, even balls out, even a little bit behind Chase. But, that's a throw that college quarterbacks should make. Now on this play, this is interesting because Chase is down here at the X spot. Okay, so Chase is at X. He ends up running it under at about 3 yards. All right. Middle linebacker blitzes. Burrow predetermines to hit the back in the right flat because there's no cornerback, or he knows that these two bunch receivers are going to take these two man defenders with them, okay, because it's man across the board. But watch what happens because Ja'Marr Chase is open right now on the under, and he would walk into the end zone for 6. But Burrow tries to force it to the back. So, in terms of perceiving pressure, that's an issue for him at times. What he does is he does a really good job of finding answers quickly and throwing in rhythm. So that's how he can mitigate pressure oftentimes. But on that play, he had Chase for 6. Now they come back, they run the sit arrow concept out of tight, and the receiver breaks open late because the corner sits in on Chase for a second. So that's just a good design by Joe Brady to manufacture a touchdown there inside the 5-yard line. So now LSU is going to come back, 7-7 ball game at this point, empty. And that's the one thing that the Tigers did often, is they went empty quite often. Okay, so they would go 5 wide fairly regularly. So right here, Burrow's going to hit Chase again, and then he's going to do all the rest of the work. But it's a pretty easy read again. Vandy's playing zone under, so Burrow's throwing to his spot up the hash on that mini in right in the void. And Chase does a great job of throttling it down too. So he's going to be a first-round receiver in 2021. Here we got some play action, little maneuverability in the pocket. Finds a guy who's in his sight line, so it's it's not exactly as great of an improvisational play as it may seem, because everything is in a phone booth there. It's not like he's extending himself. Now he comes back here, throws the 14 to 12-yard comeback. So they're running the comeback 14 back to 12 yards again. No pressure. This should be all day. Okay. And it's open against off man. Now this is a great throw. Okay. Ends up, apparently there was a little bit of a push off, but notice how Burrow is able to reposition his feet after the play fake. Hard play fake too. So he really puts the football in his back stomach. And then it's a mini ride almost, one step, pivot, plant that right foot into the ground, and then he's generating torque, velocity, back shoulder at the face mask. That's a great throw. And these are the types of throws that you say, first round pick. Okay. Quick decision making here. I like the release too. So there's a void here. Again, that late strong safety blitz, or that late free safety blitz, this slant turns into a hot wide receiver top of the screen, runs across the field. So he really squares that thing in. Okay, so he makes himself friendly to Joe Burrow. Burrow recognized that instantaneously. They're on the same page. Quick 3, throwing the out. That's a 9-yard out. This is the route that you see the guys throw at the combine all the time. Now it's a little bit, it's a little bit different when you got to throw over and around zone dropping defenders, and that's what he does here. So he tries to use eye manipulation. Eyes are, well, he really doesn't even manipulate. He just throws it on time. Okay, and that's a staple of his game. Sort of see some elements of Sam Bradford at times in Burrow. Okay, when I was watching the national championship game, I said, he kind of reminds me of Nick Foles even at times. Now, he has that basketball background, so his feet are very crisp. Okay, everything is in sync. The sport of basketball really emphasizes agility and efficient use of your feet in tight spaces. And that's what he's able to, demonstrate on a consistent basis. Hitting the hitch against a cover 3 soft corner. At this point, he's 9 to 10, as you see there in the bottom right, 9 to 10 for 174. Again, that play action fake, this was just an absolute dime to the back shoulder. Again, it's Ja'Marr Chase. Okay? Man-to-man coverage. So again, Burrow knows where he's going with the football. The efficiency with the feet. He's not taking long steps, even at 6'4". Quick three, balls out, and you really love this because it's back shoulder in the only spot, back pylon. And those are the types of throws that you sit back and you go, I don't think anybody else can do that like that. Maybe Tua. He's taking the hitch again. But it does kind of bring into question Joe Brady and how much of an impact Joe Brady actually had on him. Because obviously the kid can play, but how much of an impact did Brady have? So, is Zach Taylor Joe Brady? No. Creating something out of nothing. Again. Keeping the eyes downfield late, moving to throw. There he just has some pressure in his face immediately, not really able to maneuver that. Here he's taking his under on time. Again, that running back is stretching that other under coverage Mike to create the underlane there. So quick three. Wobbled some, but there's pressure in his face. A little bit off the mark there. Yeah, that's the one thing about Burrow, or any quarterback in general, but especially Burrow. Pressure up the A and B cap will affect him. Now, here's a great example of him. And again, another unbelievable catch by Chase. But you watch this in real time and, maybe you think he underthrew him. No, this is an unbelievable throw. Unbelievable processing speed. Processing man-to-man coverage. They don't have enough guys to block. He has a double-edged blitz, man-to-man, quick three, pats it, and gets it out. Okay, so processing ability, also an element of fear there to get the ball out, but, speaks to his mental processing there. And touch. There, he's just off. Now, this is where you see his mechanics break down. He's got a throw, and he's feeling that pressure, or he's perceiving that A-gap pressure again. So he's rushing his delivery, where in actuality, he can hitch up, maybe a little bit more slide to the left, but that elbow drops as well. Almost Case Keenum-esque. See that elbow just dropping? He's not rolling the elbow like a Rodgers. That thing's dropping, and then it's affecting placement, on that throw. Okay. There, he just throws it away, and it's picked. He tried to throw it away. the defender was actually out of bounds there. So he got lucky there. Here he's coming back, throwing that outside release, the outside release hitch that all the NFL teams run, or did run, at least in 2018 and 19. Chase is going to get the outside release stop at about 8. And watch Chase's route here. I mean, this kid, stutter, eyes, wow. Here we go, quick 3 and a hitch. Again, the mechanics kind of break down a little bit. We'll see the elbow just dropping. Again, kind of trying to push this one. Now, generally, Joe was a great deep ball thrower. You know, if you saw the national championship game, he made multiple elite deep throws in that game and throughout the course of his Heisman winning year. So, but there are times where those mechanics can break down just a little bit. Right there, moving improvisationally, finding the crosser that's coming into his sideline there. So, quick 3 again, Jamar Chase, and he takes it to the house. I mean, look at this kid. What is this, like his 4th touchdown? I mean, and it's just a quick slant. Watch this route by Chase. This is turning into the Jamar Chase film room. Okay, man to man, he's that defender's almost head up, way too pressed. Look at that. The late eyes. Again, he makes himself friendly to Burrow. The spatial awareness here, and then the creation. Man, he reminds me of Percy Harvin, but he also reminds me a little bit of Odell and somebody else, except I'm not sure. There, Joe Burrow takes a sack here. He does a nice job in terms of evading this guy. You know, he shows those quick basketball feet there, but then he gets stuck and he slips. So LSU finds himself back in the red zone, 38-17 at this point. He's just hitting the slant. Again, no safeties in the middle of the field. This Vanderbilt defense is like Swiss cheese filled. It's just made of Swiss. And he finds his guy for the slant. So, again, another slant, this time to Chase again. The body control to recognize that quarter safety is coming down in the box to stop on a dime, avoid the big contact, and stay alive. Man, this Chase kid is unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Back to the flat there. Just an easy answer. I mean, it looks to me like Joe played behind a great offensive line. Even this throw right here flutters at the end. He's waiting too long. He's taking 3 hitches. 1, 2, 3. And then he's throwing the fade late. So I'm not sure what he saw pre-snap. But that thing probably needs to come out a little bit sooner unless he was hanging on number 2 a little bit too long. So he's looking at number 2 too long, and then he went back to the outside. So 5 wide again, quick slant to Chase. You know, you're going to get his head taken off here if you keep doing that. So one thing about throwing slants out of the gun, this will happen, where it takes a little bit longer to develop. Then you got guys coming in and try to take heads off. So this is a pretty good throw, though, by him. And he finds Chase again on the sluggo. Again, great sluggo concept. And watch what Burrow does with his eyes here to really manipulate the safety here. I believe it's the strong safety. His eyes are hard to the left. Even as he takes his 3rd step, they're still to the left. Now they're coming back to the middle on the hitch, and then over after the hitch. And he times it up beautifully. Hangs it up there for Chase. Almost a perfect throw for 6. He's coming back trying to throw slants again. So the conclusion from this tape on Joe Burrow is he's an extremely good quarterback when he's in rhythm and when he's on time and when he's throwing routes that are friendly to his skill set. The fade, the slant, quick decision making. using his feet as a weapon in terms of setting up quickly and swiftly, and then if he has to move, he can move and improvise at times, but he's really a guy who needs to play in rhythm. He's got a nice arm, and he is pretty damn accurate. Now, there might be some decision-making issues if you can get pressure to him quickly, and if you can disguise coverages, because he saw just heavy doses of man-to-man, and quarters, and a little bit of cover 3 in this game. And he made him pay as LSU put up 59 points. But that's in-depth look, Joe Burrow.